or to look up for literature in databases. These are electronic resources that collect not raw data but processed data for you to use. There are two different types of databases: keyword databases and controlled vocabulary databases. One famous example of a keyword database is Google. Another famous example of a controlled vocabulary database is the free Pubmed. What's the difference between both? The keyword database is usually indexed by a computer, versus the controlled vocab database is indexed by humans. That is, they read the document and accordingly set a controlled vocab for the particular subject the article is talking about. Remember, indexing is not ideal because there might be some indexers who might have missed out a specific concept or didn't accurately index it. The keyword database is all about mentioning, versus the controlled vocabulary database is about talking about, indexing. So the article gives me the things that are talking about a specific concept and not just mentioned. That is making the keyword searching or the databases dumb, silly forms of databases. They give me mentioning. They give me so many irrelevant results. Versus the controlled vocabulary, they give me the relevant ones, the smart ones, the talking about ones, the effective and time relevant ones, which make them efficient databases or resources to look into. For the keyword databases, I have to include other synonyms. So if I type in cancer in Google, I will be getting cancer the horoscope. And I will be getting it mentioned anywhere in the article. I have to type in neoplasm, malignancy, carcinoma. I have to order all these concepts with cancer keyword. But when I type in cancer in Pubmed, it will give me or capture almost all the synonyms. The keyword database looks everywhere, which is in the citation of the article. That is, the name of the journal, the name of the article, the publisher's place, the publisher's name, the editor, if there's an editor placed at the citation, the page, volume, issue, year, abstract, keyword set by the authors, the full text, the references, the appendices, versus the controlled vocabulary, look up the things in the bibliography, which is the citation, which includes again the journal's name, title, article's name, the volume, issue, author's name, publisher place, publisher name, abstract, and keywords set by the authors with the subject headings or the controlled vocab. In the keyword databases, in Google in particular, there is no search history in Google. In other keyword databases, you might find this. But in Google in particular, there is no search history, which allows me to combine different sets, in which each set represents a different concept. Google Scholar, and which is the same in terms of searching as Google, is not clear how scholarly it is defined. So it leads to some questionable results. It lacks the focus and quality control that is present in the scholarly databases such as Pubmed. Pubmed allows different sets to be present and thus search history. In Google, there is a limit on the search query characters, which is 256 characters, including the space and the letter. The space represents a character and the letter represents a character. Pubmed doesn't. It has a large selection of predefined limits options versus Google. The limitations are the years and the title author's name in Google Scholar. But in PubMed, we have the publication type, the age, the gender, the clinical queries, so on and so forth. In PubMed, there is a mesh, which is the controlled vocab, medical subject heading. Google, it has none. It's a keyword search database. When I want to look up the title in PubMed, that's the syntax I use. Versus in Google, I type in title, colon, no space word, or all in title if I want all the words to be in the title. If I want to look up the word in the title or abstract, that's the syntax I'll be using. In Google, there's no option for this. Truncation in PubMed, I would be very careful about it and always come and look it up whether it is right or not in the previous PubMed. But now in the current PubMed, there's no such option, unfortunately. Automatic truncation. The star represents one word but leaves space before it and includes it in phrase. Okay? The search fields are the title, abstract, and the controlled vocabs versus Google everywhere, as I mentioned before. The indexed items in PubMed are journal articles, peer-reviewed journal articles, versus Google, articles, books, websites, social media, etc.